Hi everyone, thank you for Make That Bloody Movie with Coffee. In today's episode, we will be talking about 10 things film investors will ask when you approach them to invest in your film. Question number 1, who's behind your project? They like to know who's behind your project because they want to feel that do you have a name? Do you have a star actor? Do you have an independent actor? These questions come up. So those are the questions that they'll ask, one of the questions they'll ask. But let me run through the 10 questions and then we'll break down some of these questions. Okay, the next one is describe your film company if you have one. What names are involved in your project? How much money will you need to produce your content or your film? How do you expect to return the money to the investors? Who is your target audience and how large is your target audience? That's a tricky question. Sometimes it can be. How well you reach them? What is your strategies in reaching these target audience and how you plan to show them your stuff? What is your marketing strategy? You got to have a marketing strategy when you go into this because if you don't, your film's not going to go anywhere. So that's something you need to know or have an idea of where you're going with it. How many VOD sales to break even in your film? Meaning, VOD stands for, if a lot of people don't know out there what VOD means, is video on demand. How many of those sales do you need to break even for your film? And my bonus question is, I like to call this the exit strategy. What is it that you can do for your investors to make them feel more secure about their money that they're spending, that they won't lose it? Like what techniques and what this particular question, you got to think outside the box. You got to be creative. If they're, for example, giving you $500,000, what is it you can do to protect their money if the film doesn't do well? And that's something I could cover in one episode. I'll give you the information and strategy techniques that I use when presenting to investors, what we can do to protect their money in case the film doesn't produce its maximum potential. Again, these are the 10 questions film investors will ask you, and just keep in mind that there's no right or wrong answers with these things. And you know, in filmmaking, it's very tricky. You know, everybody thinks, well, these 10 things, you know, is the gospel. It's not the gospel. You know, it is guidelines for as an independent filmmaker for you to understand what needs to be done. So, or have at least a roadmap of where you're going with this. So when you approach them, you know what to say. All right, thanks again. Thank you for joining me with Make That Bloody Movie with Coffee. And coffee of the day is All-American Black and White Sweet and Low Coffee. Thank you. Remember, peace, love, and happiness.